Welcome to the Glenbard Township High School College Fair. We're excited to have you participate in this event. We have some fantastic schools with us here today. Each will give a 6-minute presentation to share more about the institution, but we'll be around for the entire session to answer your questions. My name is Jessica, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, there's some few housekeeping items I want to tell you a little bit about. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type the questions to the presenters at any time. This is one of many of the sessions today, so make sure you're checking out the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Glenbard. So I'd like to now turn it over to our first presenter from Grinnell College.
All right, good morning. Thank you. My name is John Loff, and I'm an admission counselor at Grinnell College. I'm a native of the town of Grinnell. I grew up here, went to high school here, but I'm not a Grinnell graduate. I went to another small liberal arts college in the state of Iowa, Luther College, go Norse. So I'm here today to talk to you about Grinnell College, and I get to engage with students mainly across the Midwest. I am your designated college counselor here in the Glenbard Township District, but also I connect with students from all the way up to North Dakota, out to the Atlantic coast and the state of Maryland as well too. So we'll get right into things. Talking about location, Grinnell College is located in Grinnell, Iowa. We're located in central Iowa. Our VP of admission likes to say that we're conveniently located in between New York City and Los Angeles. I would definitely say that convenient in that case is subjective, but we're about a 4-hour drive or so from the Chicago area, just far enough away for those of you who are looking to get away from home, but close enough for when you get homesick as well to return. We're about 4 hours from the Twin Cities metro area, about 3-ish to the Omaha area, 4 or so to the Kansas City area, and about 4 once again to the St. Louis area as well too. The town of Grinnell has a population of about 10,000 people or so. The town is made up of people who might have some kind of direct connection to the college. They might be faculty, staff, or alumni, but they could be folks who have no connection to the college. But you still see a variety of people getting connected, whether it's through lectures, auditing classes here on campus. It might be through sporting events. We are a Division III NCAA school, or through commencement supporting students after they've completed their 4 years here at Grinnell. Probably one of my favorite examples of community members coming and getting engaged here on campus is through our International Student Food Bazaar. I'll talk a little bit more about our student population, but we have a pretty large international student population. So every year, and in a non-COVID year, it's open to the entire community, and that International Student Food Bazaar allows students from around the world to create foods that they might find in their own home kitchens, and we gather together and share a big potluck. So I think that's, it's always surprising to see a variety of number of people in the community embracing traditions that they may never have any other kind of exposure to. So talking about our student population, our campus community here, Grinnell is definitely a small liberal arts college, leaning into that small descriptor there. We're about 1,700 students, give or take, on the year, but really sticking around there. The vast majority of our students come from outside of the state of Iowa, so about 94% of our students are coming from countries from around the world and states from around the country. Just about every year we have 50 states included here on campus, including the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico. And we also have 50 countries just about every year from around the world. We have 60+ languages spoken here on campus. And it's interesting to go for an evening walk around the weekend and walking past dorms and other residential areas and hearing those different languages, things like that as well too. Talking a little bit more about our student demographic, about 25% of our students are domestic students or students of color, and about 15% or so of our students are first gen, so the first in their family to go to college. So really, you may not expect a small town in the middle of the Midwest to have the range of diversity that we have, but it's something that we're really proud of to have geographical, economical, socioeconomic, and a variety of other diversity here on campus as well too. We are definitely a liberal arts school. So like our peers, we encourage students to look across disciplines at how the world interacts with each other. We have something called an individually advised curriculum. So outside of your major, there's currently only one required course, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But that we really empower students to make choices that they want to see in their academic career, giving students choice to and the flexibility. Sometimes students take on a double major. About a third of our students do that. With that individually advised curriculum, it really allowing students to look across disciplines and make the choices that they want to see in their curriculum. First year tutorial is really a welcome to Grinnell course. We have students from a variety of different backgrounds that includes educational backgrounds. So we want to make sure that students are oriented to Grinnell, and those tutorials go into a variety of different topics, and that might be J.R.R. Tolkien's The World That He Created, The Lord of the Rings, Beyonce's Lemonade, and how that intersects with feminism, really getting those soft skills and that good transition to a college standard as well too. Outcomes. Grinnell does a really good job of preparing students for graduate school, whether that's through gaining a master's program or a PhD level program. 88% of students are accepted in their first or second choice programs. We're number 7 in terms of PhD production per capita across all undergraduate institutions in the United States. And when you look at the field of economics alone, we're number 2 in that respect. Talking about financial aid here on campus, about 86% of students receive some kind of financial aid. That might be merit-based aid or as well as need-based aid as well too. Grinnell is a need-blind institution for domestic students. So throughout the admission process, how much you and your family makes does not weigh on our admission decision. We meet 100% of students demonstrated financial need, and we have a no loan policy that we adopted recently over the pandemic. So we're one of 7 schools in the nation to do that, which is something we're very proud of. Grinnell has one of the largest endowments in the country, and we don't just sit on those dollars, but we really put those towards students to make sure that students have access to a variety of different outcomes and accessibility to a variety of programs, so they can live and attend here at Grinnell without an additional burden to them. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So next up, we will have Marquette University.
Hi, folks. Thanks so much for joining us today. Just give me one moment to share my screen. All right, thanks so much. So my name is Jeanette Von Hayden. I am your admissions counselor for Marquette University in the Glenbard area. So I'm very excited. I am regionally based here in the western suburbs of Illinois. I've been working with Marquette for 4 years and super excited to share a little bit about the university today. So some quick fun facts about Marquette. We have about 8,000 undergraduate students currently enrolled at Marquette. We are predominantly focused on that undergraduate student experience. So we do have a few graduate students, law school students, dental school. So when you factor in all those students, we have about 12,000 total enrollment. So again, focus very much on the undergrad experience. Our average class size is right around 23 students. And that is true regardless of your major. We really do want to focus on those relationships and building those connections with your faculty members. In terms of academics, we have over 80 different majors offered at the university. Some of our most popular include majors in nursing, engineering, healthcare and health sciences, as well as business. We are building a brand new College of Business on our building that will open this December. That provides a lot of opportunities to connect with some of the businesses in Fortune 500 companies located in Milwaukee. A quick note about all of our majors is that Marquette is a direct entry school, which means when you are applying to the university, you are applying immediately right into the major you want and starting in that curriculum from day 1. That really allows our students to hit the ground running. But on the flip side, it allows for a little bit of exploration earlier on. So if you are still trying to decide what type of major you want, you can still apply undecided into 6 out of our 7 colleges to really, maybe see what is offered in business without having to commit necessarily to marketing, finance, accounting, or anything like that. We have over 325 student organizations spread throughout campus, so a lot for you to engage with, whether that is joining an honors group or an academic club related to your major, joining the Coffee Drinker Society, or joining our rowing group. Marquette is a Division I athletics university. We won't talk about basketball. We suffered a pretty sad loss yesterday, but we're really excited and ranked top 10 nationally in terms of our school spirit. Marquette is also a Catholic Jesuit university. If you're not familiar with the Jesuits, no panic. They are an order of Catholic priests that are rooted in the idea of access to education. So in terms of the purpose of your degree, it really is about creating change in the communities that you go into post-graduation. So the classes that you'll take really have a focus on that ethical component and how what you're doing can create change in your communities. We encourage our students to think critically about the world around them. So our education is rooted in a true liberal arts core. In terms of other ways that you will see the Jesuit faith on campus, there's a pretty big dedication to service at Marquette. About 85% of our students are involved or engaged in service, whether that's service learning, service trips to other countries, or volunteering in a variety of service capacities throughout Milwaukee. Each year, we complete 500,000 hours of volunteer work within the Marquette and Milwaukee communities. We are located right in the heart of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A lot of benefits to that. There are 7 Fortune 500 companies headquartered in and around Milwaukee, allowing for those hands-on experiences. We do have partnerships with the Medical College of Wisconsin, as well as Freighter Hospital Systems for those of you interested in healthcare and health sciences. Milwaukee is only about an hour-and-a-half drive from this area, so really close to everything that you need, but yet far enough that you are still going out of state. Milwaukee is one of the fastest growing cities in the Midwest. So there's a lot of opportunities for internships and those experiences. We are located in Milwaukee, so it is a very urban campus. That being said, we still have a very traditional defined campus community with about 10 to 15 minutes to walk across campus. We have a residency requirement of living on campus for the first 2 years. As you start exploring opportunities, we really encourage you to look outside of the classroom to continue your education. So you'll see some of those opportunities listed on your screen. As you start working towards the application process, it's good to know that there is no application fee to apply to Marquette. We are a test optional institution and have committed to being test optional for every class moving forward. And our application deadline is December 1st of your senior year. If you have questions about the application process, I encourage you to reach out to me. I do visit all of your schools, so I'm happy to chat with you at a school visit, or you can come up for a campus tour. We are open for campus tours Monday through Friday throughout the academic year, and we will be hosting some summer visits as well. All of my contact information is on the screen here, but I'm really excited to work with you and share a little bit more about Marquette. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. So next up, we'll have the University of Stirling, United Kingdom.
Hi, y'all. There we go. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. All right. So hopefully everybody can see the screen. Nice to meet y'all. Thanks so much for giving a bit of time in your day. My name is Jason Vine, the International Recruitment Manager for the Americas at the University of Stirling. Now, if you can't tell, this accent is not Scottish. This accent is all Baltimore. I was a student from the US. The US system wasn't the best fit for me, so I decided to transfer to the UK. And we'll go into a little bit more info as to why that might be the case for you. But I do want to say, if you hear anything you like, if anything catches your fancy, there's a QR code at the bottom of every single screen. So simply scan the code with your phone, pop your details in. I'm not going to spam you. I promise I don't have time. But we're going to hop on British Airways flight 7432 from DC and head over to Edinburgh. And oh my goodness, we are already here. Imagine that. So a couple of quick facts about the University of Stirling before we get into the specifics between Scotland and US higher education structures. University of Stirling is in the top 30 in the UK, so you have a very competitive academic reputation to help you when you're looking at grad schools or potential job opportunities either in the UK or Europe, or if you want to come back home. We were top 20 in the UK for student satisfaction, as well as Sports University of the Year for 2020 in the UK. So if you're interested in playing sports at the competitive NCAA level in golf, triathlon, men or women's soccer, tennis, or swimming, please get in touch because we'd love to see how we can make that happen for you. But we're a medium-sized university, 14,000 students. Most of that body number is undergrads, so you're in good company while you're here. We have over 120 nationalities. We have about 1,000 students from the US on campus at any given time. So when you need a taste of home, you can certainly get it, but you won't be in a US bubble while you're in Scotland. Now, if anybody's been lucky enough to travel to Scotland before, you might have heard of Edinburgh, which is the capital of the country, or Glasgow, which is the largest city. Stirling is smack dab in between the middle of them. So Stirling is known as the gateway to the Highlands. So you've got on one half of the city, the foothills of the Scottish Highland Mountains. On the other half, it's the rolling flat plains of central Scotland. We are 30 minutes away from Edinburgh on train, 35 minutes from Glasgow. So you have a great combination of mountainous, rural, sporty activities with all of the creature comforts of mega cities not too far away. About an hour flight away from London, so travel to within the UK, coming back home is really easy, or to the rest of the continent if you want. Now, campus, we've got a bird's eye view. It's a very US styled campus. We are one of the youngest Scottish universities. However, we punch above our weight with our academic ranking. So central to campus is Airtree Loch. It's a loch, not a lake. You will get the piss taken out of you if you say loch or if you say lake with your friends. In the middle, you've got Airtree Loch. We've got academic buildings in the center of campus here, as well as Pathfoot. So if you're a fan of Outlander, you've seen campus without even realizing it. When they're supposed to be at Harvard, they're not at Harvard, they're here at Stirling, especially in season 2 or 3, when Brianna, the daughter, goes to hear a lot of students protest for Scottish independence. That's shot in this building just here. Very relevant to today's political conversation. So we've got academic buildings. We have our 21 million pound sports complex. Just to the right of campus. Student dorms are just here, nestled in the foothills of the mountains, overlooking the loch, and you've got a nice footpath over to the academic buildings. So it's a pretty self-contained place, including a doctor's office, a pharmacy, an on-campus grocery store, so you don't have to go too far. If you want to go into city center, Stirling, 20-minute bus ride or about a 40-minute walk. There's also bike shares that are for free for students if you'd like. Now I'm going to list all of the potential academic offerings that we have. You'll see it's a giant list, just like you might expect with a US university. However, the main difference between Scottish and US undergraduate degrees is that in Scotland, there is no common core. So if you're a math or science student, you will never have to take an arts and humanities class ever again. If you're an arts and humanities student, you will never have to take a math class ever again. The beauty of the Scottish system, the US system is based off of the Scottish system, so you can change your mind. You will apply to a degree when you send in your application. However, you can change your mind through your second year. So if you come in thinking biology and you want to switch to aquaculture or marine biology, you certainly can. Entry requirements, we are test optional. So if your access to AP or SAT testing has been affected by COVID, a 3.0 unweighted GPA is what we will accept. Admissions requirements are going to be strictly based off of your grades. So we don't really need to see much else. It's great if you have extracurricular activities or sports, but grades is going to be the emphasis for entry onto degrees. If you want to submit test scores, you certainly can, and we are going to look for either a 26 ACT, a 1200 on the SAT, neither of which can be super scored, or 2 APs in relevant subjects to the degree that you're applying to with at least a 3. In addition to those grades, we are going to ask for an academic reference, not a personal reference, but an academic reference and a personal statement. The undergraduate entry process is very similar to what you might expect from US university options. So we are on the Common App. So if you want to apply through the Common App, we would encourage you to do so. The UK's version of the Common App is called UCAS. UCAS is both your university and degree search engine as well as your application. You just can't use both UCAS and the Common App at the same time. So if you have one university option in the UK, alongside your US university options, Common App is perfectly fine for you to use. If you have more than one option in the UK that you're considering, please use UCAS. We do offer scholarships. Speaking of Outlander, that's Sam Hewen, who's an honorary graduate of Stirling, who was on campus last year. But scholarships for undergraduate students, if you have above a 3.3, 2,000 pounds a year, and that's renewable for all 4 years. We do accept FAFSA and financial aid, as well as any kind of loans from Sallie Mae. You'll see that our tuition is competitively priced. So especially if you're looking at out-of-state options, usually Scotland can give you a good value for money. And then living costs, depending on lifestyle, between 10 and 13,000 US dollars. So you're looking at under $40,000 for the year. And if anybody has any questions, please scan the code and get in contact with me. And I hope to talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much. Bye.
All right, thank you so much. And so next up, we have Elmhurst University.
Hello, everybody. Here, let me just share my screen. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. My name is George Martinez. I'm normally not the admission counselor for your school district, as I am a transfer admission counselor. Jenny could not make it today. But I was an alumni of Elmhurst. I graduated back in 2020. So if you have any questions about what it's like being a student here, I'm happy to help. But just some info about Elmhurst University. We were founded in 1871. So last year was actually our 150th anniversary. So we had a huge deal about that. And you've probably heard us as Elmhurst College before. We just changed names to Elmhurst University in July of 2020. And we are a small liberal arts school in Elmhurst, Illinois. Our undergrad enrollment is about 2,900 students, and then we have about 600 students who are currently in their masters here. And we are a certified arboretum, which I always really loved. It gets beautiful in the springtime. I know Elmhurst is a suburb not too far away from you guys, but just to let you know, it is about a 30-minute train ride away from downtown Chicago, and it's a safe western suburb. There's about a 7-minute walk from the campus to downtown Elmhurst, where there's tons of things to do, like go to the coffee shops. They offer free movie Mondays to students with their IDs, shopping, restaurants, so there's tons of stuff to do. Plus, we're right off the Illinois Prairie Path, so if you're someone who's really into hiking and biking, we have a ton of nature opportunities for you to just go out and explore. And as I said, we are just a train ride away from downtown Chicago. So we're only 30 minutes away. For us who live near Chicago, obviously we've been downtown probably, but if we have a ton of campus students who come from out of state. So if you ever make friends with anyone from out of state and want to show them what it's like in downtown, it's only a 30-minute train ride. Plus we give out a ton of free tickets to the students. So you can make a free weekend getaway to the city. And Elmhurst is a liberal arts education school. So that does mean some people like to groan and go, oh, that means you've got a lot of gen eds. And in a way that's true, but that's because we really like to make sure that you get developed both within your major and outside of it, because we really like to make sure all of our students have a ton of professional development getting into the field, and just that they have a ton of global awareness of what's going on in current society. And at Elmhurst, we have over 70 majors that you can choose from and 50 minors. Our most popular are our nursing major, which actually for incoming freshmen, we do have a direct entry program for nursing, but we also have education, business, psychology, biology, and speech pathology are our biggest majors, especially with speech pathology students who want to pursue it. We do have a master's program as well. So doing our bachelor's into the master's program is a very common thing here. And we do also offer pre-professional programs. So if you are interested in pre-med, pre-dentistry, pre-law, pre-med is by far our most popular. We actually have affiliations with some med schools like LECOM, which is Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine. So we do find ways to get you a bachelor's degree through us and set you up for your next step, whether it be law school, dental school, med school. We really like to make sure that you get a good footing. And with our faculty, we currently have about 160 full-time faculty, with 82% of them having a PhD or higher. If they don't have a PhD, it's because they have a master's and tons of experience out in the field. And our faculty really love to teach. That's why they're here, because we have an average class size of 18 students. In my experience, the biggest class size I had was 30, and the smallest class I had was 2, me and another student with the professor. So you'll really get that hands-on experience, and they're always available via email, office hours. They really like to provide extra support for you on your way to getting your degree. But outside of the classroom, we understand sometimes you'll need a little support. So we actually offer tutoring, writing center, math tutoring, mentorship. We offer tutoring in almost every major plus the gen eds. Plus we have our wellness center too. So if you're ever feeling down on your luck, we do offer free counseling to our students. Plus, we also have a huge impact on service learning or getting out of the classroom and getting real hands-on experience. So a ton of our students, over 80%, experience either an internship or they do an out of the classroom experience, such as student teaching or nursing clinicals. And within our WCPE, our Wiegand Center for Professional Excellence, or like our business center, we offer other options, like we help you with interview prep, we do resume prep, we help you, give you experience for if you're trying to get into the GRE, take that test, help with studying, and just mentorship, helping you find internships. Because since Chicago is such a wonderful city, we have over 2,000 partners, both in Chicago and just around the country. Some of our most popular or famous internships we've had have been with NBC TV, since Chicago is its base. Morgan Stanley, we've had students go to DC and go in the United States Congress, the city of Chicago through the police force and government, the House of Blues for people who want to go into music. We've even had students go and intern with the Cubs and with a team in Florida for the MLB. And we also have a huge passion for study abroad. We have over 68 countries that we're partnered with, and a lot of the study abroad opportunities are not major locked. So that means if you're really interested in going to a certain country, we won't require a certain major. You can just join it and join the opportunities. We've had students study abroad in 6 of the 7 continents. We have yet to have a student go to Antarctica, but if we do, that would be amazing. And then while you are at campus too, we have over 100 different orgs. So while we are a small school, we are jam-packed with tons of things to do. And we are in the D3 division for athletics. Actually, right now, our Elmhurst Blue Jays are in the Final Four of the D3 basketball. So it's like March Madness at the D3 level, which is super exciting. So we're cheering on them tonight, but we also have Greek life and sororities and fraternities, and we have living on campus opportunities. But some things to know is we are a rolling admissions school. So that means that we accept applications starting in September, and they go up until right before classes stop. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, since I'm both previously was a freshman counselor and now work on the transfer side with College EduPage.
All right, thank you so much. This has been amazing. Students, I hope you were taking some notes, because they just shared some amazing information with you. So thank you so much to our college representatives, and thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there'll be a link for a quick 5-question survey. We'd love to hear your feedback. Let us know what you're thinking. We encourage you to go back and check the schedule and sign up for more sessions, because there's more happening today. So make sure you do that. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as other sessions that you may have missed during this time at strivescan.com/Glenbard. Thank you so much. Bye.